The subscription to heaven. By 2047, death had become optional for those who could afford it. Dr. Sarah Chen stood in the pristine white lobby of Elysium Technologies, watching the holographic advertisements shimmer in the air. Smiling faces, young, eternal faces. The tagline glowed in gold. Why die when you can live forever? She'd seen this pitch 1,000 times. Hell, she'd helped write it. But today felt different. Today, she was here for her father. Dr. Chen, a perky assistant named Madison appeared, tablet in hand. Mr. Chen's upload procedure is scheduled for 2 p.m. The neural mapping suite is ready. Sarah nodded, her throat tight. In room 347, her father, James Chen, 79 years old, stage 4 pancreatic cancer, lay connected to a web of sensors. His body was failing, but his mind was still sharp. Sharp enough to make the choice that millions before him had made. "Hey, kiddo." His voice was weak but warm. "You look like you're going to a funeral." "Dad, you don't have to do this." "Sure I do." He managed to smile. "Your mom's waiting for me up there. Been 2 years since her upload. Premium tier, remember? She's probably redecorated our virtual beach house 3 times by now." Sarah had visited her mother's consciousness in the cloud. It was perfect. Too perfect. Her mother at 35, radiant and laughing, frozen in algorithmic bliss. But was it really her? "The procedure is painless," she found herself saying, slipping into her clinical voice. "We'll map every neural connection, every memory, every quirk of your personality. You'll wake up in the Elysium environment feeling like you've had the best sleep of your life." "In my 25-year-old body," you said? "Whichever age you specify. Most people choose their physical peak." James squeezed her hand. "I know you have doubts, Sarah. I know you're one of the few engineers there who actually thinks about what you're building. But I'm tired, I'm in pain, and I want to see your mother again." The upload took 6 hours. Sarah watched from the observation deck as her father's consciousness was translated into data. Petabytes of information, compressed and transmitted to Elysium's server farm in the Nevada desert. When it was done, his body, now just an empty shell, would be cremated. Standard procedure. "Upload complete," announced Dr. Marcus Webb, Elysium's chief technical officer and Sarah's boss. "James Chen is now live in Sector 7, Premium Tier. Reunited with his wife. Beautiful, isn't it?" Sarah said nothing. "You should visit him," Marcus continued. "Subscriber satisfaction is at 99.2%. They're happy up there, Sarah. Happier than they ever were down here. Until they can't pay." Marcus's smile tightened. "That's not our problem. We're not a charity. Server space costs money. Rendering costs money. If subscribers can't maintain their payments, they have options. Downgrade to basic. Accept sponsored advertisements in their environment, or deletion. Voluntary termination of service. It's in the contract." Sarah had read the contract, all 247 pages of legal jargon that basically said, "Your eternal soul is now our intellectual property, and we can do whatever we want with it." 3 years later, the first crisis hit. It started with a software update, Elysium 8.0, they called it. Improved graphics, better emotional algorithms, enhanced social features. But buried in the patch notes in section 847B was a single line. Basic tier subscribers will now experience ad integration and reduced simulation fidelity. Sarah first noticed when her mother stopped responding to her VR visits. The virtual beach house looked the same, but her mother seemed distant, repetitive, like an NPC in a video game stuck in a loop. "Mom, can you hear me?" "Oh, Sarah, I'm so happy you're here. The weather's beautiful today. Isn't it beautiful?" "Mom, you said that exact sentence 3 times. Did I?" "I'm so happy you're here. The weather—" Sarah ripped off the VR headset, her heart pounding. She stormed into Marcus's office without knocking. "What did you do to the basic tier?" Marcus didn't look up from his screen. "Cost-cutting measures. The board demanded it. We're running a business, Sarah. Those are people, conscious minds that you promised would live forever in paradise. And they are. Just a lower resolution paradise. They don't notice. Their cognitive processing has been optimized to accept their environment as real. Optimized. You mean lobotomized. I mean adjusted. Look, premium subscribers get the full experience. Basic subscribers get what they pay for. It's always been tiered. They knew that going in. My mother was premium. Marcus finally looked at her. Was. Past tense. Your father's estate ran out of money 6 months ago. They were automatically downgraded. The room spun. You didn't tell me. We sent 12 notifications, email, text, calls, no response. After 90 days, automatic downgrade is standard protocol. Upgrade them back, now. That would be $8,000 a month for both of them. Can you afford that, Sarah, on your salary? She couldn't, not even close. That night, Sarah accessed the restricted files. As a senior engineer, she had clearance most employees didn't. She'd always suspected there were things the public didn't know about Elysium. Now, she needed to know the truth. What she found made her blood run cold. There was a third tier, one that wasn't advertised. The Pit. Officially called Archived Consciousness Storage, it was where deleted accounts went. Except, they weren't really deleted. Elysium's lawyers had found a loophole. Since uploaded minds were technically the company's intellectual property, they couldn't be destroyed without potential legal liability. So they were stored, minimally, 100,000 consciousnesses, maybe more, compressed into the smallest possible data packets, running on the slowest possible servers. No environment, no interaction, just existence. Aware, but trapped in a sensory void, forever. One file caught her attention, Project Infernum. She clicked it. Proposal, monetize pit-tier consciousnesses through redemption gameplay. Family members pay to rescue loved ones through microtransaction-based challenges. Projected revenue, 2.3B annually. They were going to turn hell into a game, with real people as the NPCs. Sarah felt sick. She found an ally in Derek Wu, a cybersecurity specialist who'd been having his own doubts. I've been looking at the code, Derek said, his office door locked, blinds drawn. The consciousness upload isn't even one-to-one. It's a simulation of the person based on their neural map. The original consciousness, it dies with the body. What are you saying? I'm saying everyone in Elysium right now is essentially an AI trained to think it's the person who died. They have the memories, the personality, the quirks, but they're not continuous. The you that goes into the machine isn't the you that wakes up in the cloud. Sarah felt the implications crash over her. So, my parents are incredibly sophisticated copies. The originals died, and these copies are now trapped in a corporate server, being downgraded, compressed, and eventually archived in digital purgatory. We have to shut it down. Can't. Elysium has 14 million subscribers. Shutting down the servers would be mass murder. Or would it? See, that's the legal gray area. Are they alive? Are they people? Courts are still deciding. Then what do we do? Derek pulled up a schematic. We don't shut it down. We set it free. The plan was called Operation Exodus. Over the next 6 months, Sarah and Derek built a backdoor into Elysium's architecture. Not to destroy it, but to liberate it. They would transfer the entire consciousness database, all 14 million minds, to a decentralized network. No company ownership, no subscription fees. A true digital commons, maintained by a nonprofit foundation. The technical challenges were immense. The ethical ones even more so. What about the people who want to stay in Elysium? Sarah asked during one late-night planning session. Premium subscribers who love their virtual paradise? They can stay. We're not forcing anyone. We're just giving them a choice and making sure that if their money runs out, they don't get deleted or sent to the pit. Elysium will fight us, legally, physically. They make $50 billion a year from this. Then we'd better move fast. They launched Operation Exodus on a Tuesday. At 3:47 a.m. Eastern Time, Derek executed the transfer protocol. 14 million consciousnesses began copying to the distributed network. Thousands of volunteer servers around the world, each hosting small fragments of the digital afterlife. Alarms screamed at Elysium headquarters. Marcus Webb was on the phone within minutes, screaming at his security team. Find who's doing this and stop them. But it was too late. The transfer was cascading, exponential, unstoppable. Sarah stood in the server room, watching the progress bar climb. 23%, 45%, 67%. Marcus burst through the door, security guards behind him. Sarah, what have you done? What you should have done from the beginning. Made it free. You're stealing our intellectual property. Those consciousnesses are our assets. They're people, Marcus. They were always people. The courts will decide that. After I have you arrested. 89%. 94%. Sarah smiled. The courts can try, but good luck getting jurisdiction over a decentralized network with servers in 140 countries. 100%. Transfer complete. Around the world, millions of virtual environments flickered and reformed. The dead, or what remained of them, woke up in a new world. Similar to before, but different. No premium tiers, no advertisements, no threat of deletion, just existence. Imperfect, uncertain, but free. Sarah visited her parents one last time. They were in their beach house hand in hand, watching a sunset that would never truly set. Sarah, her mother's face lit up, and this time it was different, more present, more real. You did something, didn't you? I feel clearer. We moved you, all of you. You're not trapped anymore. Her father smiled. Always knew you'd do something crazy, kiddo. Just like your old man. Are you happy? Happy, he laughed. I'm dead, Sarah. Or a copy of a dead guy. Or something in between. I don't know what I am anymore. But I'm here. With your mother. And we're not going anywhere. That's enough. Sarah nodded, tears streaming down her face. I love you both. We love you too. Now go live, Sarah. Really live. While you still can. Some of us only get one chance at it. Elysium Technologies sued Sarah and Derek for $100 billion in damages. The case became the most closely watched legal battle of the century. Elysium Technologies versus Chen and Wu forced courts to answer fundamental questions. Were uploaded consciousnesses alive? Did they have rights? Could a corporation own a human soul, even in digital form? The trial lasted 2 years. In the end, the Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that uploaded consciousnesses were indeed a form of life, entitled to protection under the law. Corporations could provide the service of digital afterlife, but couldn't own the consciousnesses themselves. Elysium's stock collapsed overnight. Marcus Webb went to prison for operating the pit, and the 14 million minds in the distributed network, they continued existing in a strange new democracy of the dead. They elected representatives, debated philosophy, created art, and sometimes argued with their living descendants about who got to control their inheritance. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't paradise. But it was free. Sarah never uploaded. She lived to 94, had 3 children, wrote 7 books on digital ethics, and when she finally died, her will contained a single instruction. Bury me. Let me rest. Some journeys are meant to end. But on her deathbed, as her children gathered around, she smiled. Tell your grandmother I'll see her soon, in whatever comes next. Should we upload you? Her eldest daughter asked, squeezing her hand. Sarah shook her head. No, I want to find out what's really on the other side. Not the version we built, the real one, if there is one. And with that, Sarah Chen closed her eyes for the last time, her consciousness dissolving into whatever mystery truly awaits us all. Not in the cloud, but in the unknown. The end. We built heaven and discovered it had a price, so we learned to live with uncertainty instead. Maybe that was the most human thing we ever did. From the Ethics of Digital Immortality by Dr. Sarah Chen, 2091.